Welcome to the Deep Education Society's post-graduation diploma course in Materials Management. Myself, Professor Mahendra Daima, and today we'll be starting with the very first subject of this course, that is Integrated Materials Management. So what is Integrated Materials Management? To understand the concept of Integrated Materials Management, first you should understand what is Materials Management. Materials management as a function is responsible for the coordination of planning, sourcing, purchasing, moving, storing, and controlling materials in an optimum manner, so as to provide a pre-decided service to the customer at a minimum cost. As you can see, there are many functions involved in material management, such as planning, sourcing, controlling materials, and those functions are supposed to be performed in an optimum manner at minimum cost. What if these functions are not performed in an integrated manner? What if these functions are not performed by considering the other functions? There are chances that a conflict may arise. So to avoid such kind of conflicts, the concept of integrated materials management came into picture. Integrated materials management makes sure that all these functions of materials management are performed in an integrated manner, so that any rise of conflicts can be avoided and these functions are performed in a more efficient manner. So next we have is objectives of integrated materials management. Objectives means what we desire to achieve by implying the concept of integrated materials management in our materials management function. Our very first objective is procuring better value. So what is procuring better value? We focus on adding more and more value to our end product so that the end customer gets the best product at minimum cost. This can be achieved if all the functions of materials management are performed in an integrated manner. Our next objective is obtaining better yield. Yield can be increased or optimized if we are able to reduce the wastages to the minimum. Yield here means outcome. So to increase the outcome, we have to reduce the wastages. Also, to increase the outcome, we have to make sure that all the functions of materials management are performed in a systematic and in a synchronized manner. Then we have reduced investment in stocks through inventory control and material flow. If the inventory levels are maintained at optimum level, wastages are reduced, lead time and capacity planning are done in an efficient manner, then lot of investment can be saved. Also, integrated materials management help in rapid transfer of data through effective informal and formal communication channels. Thus, with all the advantages of integrated materials management, the above explained objectives can be achieved. Next we have is advantages of integrated materials management. Why to go for concept of integrated materials management? Why not to go for any other technique? It must have some advantages, right? One of those advantages is better accountability. So by effective centralization of authority and responsibility for all the aspects of materials function, a clear-cut accountability is established, which means if all the roles and responsibilities and authorities of all the team members, workers, people associated with functions of materials management, managers, if all those roles and responsibilities and authorities are clear cut to them, then there will be very less confusion among them. And if there is a less confusion among them, the materials management function can be performed in a more efficient manner. Next we have is better coordination. When the materials manager is responsible for all the functions, it results in the better support and cooperation in the accomplishment of the materials function. Better coordination creates an atmosphere of trust and better relation between the user department and the materials management department. Next we have is improved performance. As all the interrelated functions are integrated organizationally, better performance and effectiveness is achieved. The need for materials is promptly brought to the notice by materials planning and purchase department, is supplied with stock level and order status by store department. Likewise, all the functions of materials management are performed in a systematic manner, which improves the overall performance of the function. Next is adaptability to computerization. The centralization of materials management function has made it possible to design data processing systems. The integrated materials management facilitates the collection, process, and analysis of data, leading to better decision making. Computerization can be economically introduced under an integrated setup. So these were the four main advantages of integrated materials management. No doubt there are many others, but these were the prime advantages of integrated materials management. So last we have is need, scope and functions of integrated materials management. Considering the primary and secondary functions of material management, the materials management coordinates with different departments of manufacturing firm. And the cost of manufacturing is a major investment in materials in any manufacturing firm, going up to 55 to 65% of the total sales value. Soon after the materials are purchased by the organization and bought into the production centers, their value begins to increase in the form of cost associated with materials order, transferring them to inventory, and their maintenance and handling. To achieve the economies of scale in costs related to materials management, the organization needs to implement a clear-cut method of planning the quantity of materials to be ordered and stored as inventory and work in process inventory. Similarly, to bring reduction in the cost of materials purchased, the manufacturing firm should adopt effective and dynamic techniques of materials management to adopt the frequent fluctuations in demands and production. The term integrated materials management refers to the management of resources in an integrative manner to make way for national economic development through efficient use of MIS, advanced technology and innovation, and economic materials for manufacturing. The management needs to develop a comprehensive materials management system to establish a pathway for the effective use of resources through new technological advancements, methods, and the major resources are manpower, materials, and money, and hence the critical importance of materials management. Out of these three resources, material should be managed through proper integration to achieve the following function. First one is decide on the purchase of the material. Next, ensure the centralization of power, coordination of all functions of the department, ensure quick and accurate decision making, administer data analysis by electronic data processing and use of computing technologies. Emphasize on the opportunity for growth. So these were the needs, scope and functions of integrated materials management. That's it for today. We have covered introduction of concept of integrated materials management, its objective, advantages, needs, scope and function. Next, in the next lecture, we will be starting with the profit-centric goals of integrated materials management. Thank you.